There is something that I think that a lot of Norse pagans need to remember, and it's effectively that we are not the Aesir. We do not have the allegiances that the Aesir tribe does. We don't have the political machinations or connections, whether positive or negative, that the Aesir do. Even if we worship them, we don't owe them the same allegiances they have in that manner. I say this because it is not uncommon, especially from cranks, that the worship of Jotuns is effectively a heresy. And then get mad when I mention, historical things that are both documented and in sagas, that worship of Jotuns was indeed a thing, even without the whole tribal allegiance technicalities of both marriage and being in someone's court in the cases of Skathi and Loki. And then go on some kind of anger-filled, very loud rant, because what I'm mentioning is not in the Prose Edda, the Poetic Edda, or the Voluspa. Specifically, being an expert on the Voluspa seems to give a lot of people a lot of big heads, even though we have evidence of the worship of Surtur. There is recent archaeology that we have found shrines to Skathi. And while, like I said, there is a technicality in that she was married to Njord, and Njord is technically both king of the Vanir, but is a part of the Aesir tribe court. But in the myths, they seem to split up relatively amicably. Like they don't hate each other, but they're polar opposites in the way they want to live. We have the evidence of humans with Jotun blood. Many of them, in the case of Bardthur Snæfellsás, have been somewhere between venerated and worshipped, even seen as an aspect of Odin. I even remember one time a person on here claiming to be a historical heathen was very against it, mostly just claiming that it was akin to Satanism, and that in his responses he backtracked trying to be like, I meant Levian Satanism, because y'all are just trying to be edgy. Then he put in various conversations of the term Thursatru and Rokertru specifically are tied to not great individuals. And while Thursatru is definitely one you want to stay away from because that's a lot of effectively racist work, Rokertru is a little more widespread and is credited to certain individuals of similar proclivities, but mostly it tends to be more around that they're essayers. And there's a decent amount of evidence to suggest that they just kind of hopped on the term while it was popular, and a lot of the modern internet usage goes back to them because they were the first to make effectively the Norse pagan online temples. But even if both those words are out for that reason, the worship of Jotuns is a historical thing. Norse paganism inherently has a lot of aspects of both reverence and irreverence. Whatever gods, whatever godly tribe does something for you in a way that you see fit, it's yours. And even if the worship of Jotuns was not historical, what's stopping us?
Prepare to cause a riot.